Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to give you my, semi-review of Star Wars Rogue One. Now, I'm going to make this one short because I made a video already that kind of was tampered with, so I'm going to make this one short and sweet. So this is spoiler-free. Me and Steph are going to get together and do the spoiler version of it later. But anyways, moving on. My opinion on the Star Wars movie is mixed. Now, I understand why it's getting the credit it's getting. I'm going to understand why some people are loving this movie, but I think it's going to be a movie when you go back and look at without your Star Wars goggles, you're going to realize that it has a lot more flaws than you thought it did. It's still a good movie. I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was a very good movie. It's on a higher tier version of the Star Wars movies. It's not like Attack of the Clones bad. It's not Phantom Menace bad. It's better than Attack of the Clones. It's better than Phantom Menace. It's better than Revenge of the Sith. I think it's a little bit better than Force Awakens as well. But I think it's a little bit better than Force Awakens as well. But for different reasons. But anyways, I'm gonna get into the things I liked about it. I love the visuals. I love the way it looked. I love the approach they took to it. They made a lot of people are already saying it. They made the rebels seem more grittier. It made the war. They stuck with the war more than the star in this because the war scenes are so awesome. When shooting is going down, when shit's going down, it's cool to watch. There are some interesting characters. There are some cool cameos, and the ending was. Even though predictable, it was still an awesome ending. The last 30 minutes are still fantastic, even though they were predictable. And I'd like to say it was a solid Star Wars movie, you know? But on to my complaints, though. Because I think my complaints a little bit more I think about it. One, the entire movie was predictable. Nothing was very shocking in this movie. Everything that happened in this movie was just like, saw that coming. Everything that happened in this movie was predictable. I don't think any of the characters were very relatable. Very relatable. And I never really gave a damn about any of the characters other than the robot, because I never cared about the main character, whatever she was doing. I never cared about her father. I never cared about the plan. I was just like, whatever, man. The rebels kind of came off like little bitches near the end. This movie kind of felt like a filler. It kind of felt like anime filler to me, because the way it feels is like it's a movie that's unnecessary, and the more I watch it, the more I realize how unnecessary it really is. It does feel very unnecessary. It feels like this movie doesn't even need to exist, other than the fact that there's a gap between Star Wars Force Awakens and Episode 8. That's it. That's what it feels like. It feels like this movie's only there because there's a gap between those two movies, and they wanted to fill it with something. Granted, it was creative, but only to a degree. They went so far with the creativity. Some of the CGI aspects of it are a little throwing. Like when you first see some of the CGI, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But after a while, it just looks weird, and I'm like, you guys should have probably cut away from that a little sooner. And I would just say, generally speaking, the movie was just predictable. Those are the main ones. It's predictable. None of the characters are very compelling. There's a couple of funny things, but none of the characters are very compelling. There's some of that CGI that they overly used, and there's one cameo that they really overly used. They should have only had him in there for a few minutes, because I don't think it was necessary to have him in there that long with that bad CGI. And I will say that what's up to say? And another character in this movie, I'm just going to let you know right now, Darth Vader, if you're coming to this movie for awesome shit from Darth Vader, you're not going to really see it. There's little glimpses of it, but even then, it kind of, when you sit back and think about that, it's silly. And I would just say that this movie was, it did more right than it did wrong, but at the same time, there are some logical leaps. Not maybe logical leaps, but stupid things that happen to make you go, what? But other than that, the movie's a solid 7 to me. It's a solid 7. It's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's a good movie. I'd put it around the same range as maybe I'm trying to think of what movie I would put it around. Maybe like a Thor. Yeah, maybe like a Thor. I'd put it around that range of a Thor movie, of the first Thor. It's not a great movie. It's not fantastic, but it's good, and it has enough good things in it, enough creative things in it, that I think it's a solid 7. And that's my opinion on Star Wars Rogue One. We will do our spoiler review soon, so please remember to like and subscribe, and thank you for joining me on the Comic Game Rouge Show.